Hey guys, so this is a redo of my sexual confidence video, which is the story about how I actually began to learn how to be confident in bed, and also the journey of how I went from being a bottom to a top. I'm gonna get into it, so give me a like while the intro plays. I told you this was gonna be tough, but after this, because of things that happened to me when I was younger, when I entered my young manhood, I was lacking so much confidence, especially sexually. Like I just, when it came to flirting with guys, I was cool with that. When it came to foreplay, I was cool with that too. But the moment that anyone touched me in that particular way that I knew that it was past the point of no return, I would freak out. I would get so nervous. And when I think about me, I think of like that Santa Claus toy where like you kind of touch it and it starts shaking and playing music. That was totally me. It really was. I would say that I became a log because I would just like stiffen up, but at the same time shake. And I knew that some people enjoyed that, but for me it was like, they found it cute. I found it mortifying. I was so disgusted with myself. I felt so childish and immature, and I hated the fact that I did that. But because I was that way, certain things that became the norm was that most of the guys that I would kind of end up hooking up with would tend to be older and more confident to kind of balance my lack of confidence. The other thing is that because I had none, the role that I went to was being a bottom. There was no way that I would have attempted being anything but that, because that just wasn't gonna happen. And how that ended up, it didn't end up well for me, because I remember thinking like, again, when I was a child and just kind of experimenting with other boys in the neighborhood, we did a bunch of stuff. So I kind of like had a inkling of what that was like, but to actually do it in that kind of sexual kind of way, I didn't know. And I remember thinking like, this is sex? Like this, I didn't get the whole hoopla over it, because I just kept thinking like, for me, the experience was like painful and or boring, to be honest with y'all. Like that's what I was thinking. And so I don't know. I didn't know what to think of it. I enjoyed the fact that that my body was able to bring pleasure to other people. That was fun for me. But outside of that, every other aspect of sex was like, I'd rather not. And so I didn't get it. And I feel bad, because I especially like with my ex-boyfriend, because I should have been able to trust him more and to be able to open up with him, but I couldn't. And because of that, I'm not gonna say that I cheated on him because of sex, but that might have had some role to play with it, to where I was like, I just feel like I'm unfulfilled, like something's missing. And not that I was blaming him, but like, what's missing? What am I doing wrong here? So this is a story about how that changed for me. So I'm not gonna get too much into the intro details, but we'll just say that I'm at a club one night, and it was one of those nights where I really wasn't looking for anything. I really just wanted to go out and listen to music and have a few drinks. And so there was this dude standing next to me. Now, here's the thing about this, why I wanted to redo this story, because the first one was terrible. But what really inspired me was that there was this video back in the 90s where the dude looked just like the guy I met that night. We'll just call him College Dude. It's gonna make sense, but he looked just like College Dude. Twins, like spitting image. And the thing is, I didn't know the band or the song or anything like that. I couldn't find it. So the other day I just so happened to come across this video, and I'll play a clip here.
That's a sexy, pretty little thing. This April bitch, you got me sprung with your tongue ring. And I ain't gonna lie, cause your loving gets me high. So to keep you by my side, there's nothing that I won't try.
But I was like, that's the dude. That's the college dude. And I'm telling you guys, like, he looked just like him with the tattoos and the piercings and the like baggy jeans with the frayed bottoms and like the bleached blonde hair with the roots showing underneath, like just like him. And that was not, again, not my the typical type of guy that I went for. It was usually older. So this guy was like maybe a year or two younger than I was, but had that whole college dude look going on. So when I looked over at him, I wasn't thinking anything was going to happen, but to be completely honest, I was thinking, man, this dude is freaking smoking. Like, he was a hot guy, especially his body and the way that he carried himself. It was there. So, but I'm thinking maybe we can just chat and be friends. And so we did strike up a conversation. We're talking, everything's cool. At one point, he invites me over to his apartment. And so I go, honestly, really just thinking that to talk somewhere else. I was not thinking that something was going to happen. I really wasn't. We get to the apartment, and I'm going to make a lot of college dude references, but it was this weird situation where like all of the lights stayed off. I don't know why, but he never turned on a light. He asked me if I wanted water. I said yes. So he went to the kitchen, and I was in the dining room right by the kitchen, like sitting on a chair. So he brings me the water and places it on the dining room table, and then he straddles me. And that's when I'm like, oh, that's what this is gonna turn into, one of those nights. So I was cool with that. And we're doing the whole foreplay thing again. He's straddled on top of me, and I started being a little feelsy and under the clothes, feelsy. So at one point he goes, maybe we should go upstairs just in case one of my roommates decides to come home. Like, smart. So we go upstairs, the college dude moment, open the door to his room, and it was like a bare, empty, small room with clothes on the floor and a tiny air mattress. Like, that's all that was there. But I was cool with that. So we sit on the air mattress, and then we start doing the foreplay, and we're both laying on the mattress. And here's where things started to be different from any other experience. He started talking to me. I know, what a crazy thing to happen, right? But it didn't happen before. Usually, like, at that point, it was like, oh, we're here to get the job done, so let's start working. That's kind of like how it was for me. This was the first time where he's like, so what would you like to do? And I'm like, I don't know what you would do. And he's like, well, I would like for you to do this to me, but do you want to? And it was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I do. But I never have, really. Not really. And he's like, okay, well, let's change that. So like, he got on top of me, and it was kind of like this, how do I say this transference of power, because at first he was leading, he got on top of me, but then once we started to get into the motions, it was like he handed off to me, here, take the reins. And I was like, yeah. So I took the reins, and oh my gosh, like, it was, when I say, again, we were talking as we were going through this, and he's like, I'm talking, which was weird. I'm like, hey, do you like this? I'm like, he's like, yeah, I love it. Oh my gosh. I'm trying not to get this demonetized, but yeah, fireworks for me. And when the fireworks set off, I just remember we laid down for a second, and I was like, that was amazing. And he's like, yeah, it was. And I remember him saying something to me, which I found odd because of everything that I just talked about. He said, you're the first man that I've ever been with. And I was like, you mean like age? Because I think I'm just like a year older than you. And he's like, no. He's like, there's something about you. You're a man. And again, fireworks, explosions, and my heart melted. Like all of this stuff was happening to me. It was a unique first time experience for me, just having all of these emotions, and it being after having great sex and finding my confidence, because I was able to find my confidence and do exactly what I wanted. And the best part of it was that because we were so open and honest and talking to each other, I realized that he loved it as much as I did. He got as much pleasure as I did, and that was something I didn't think was ever gonna happen for me. Like it is possible where both parties can feel freaking awesome and have an amazing experience. That was the first time that ever happened to me. I was maybe 19, 20 at the time. I don't remember, but I've had experiences before, but that was the first time for that type of experience. And I just, such a pivotal moment in my life. There was no way that I did not want to redo the story, because I can actually look in the camera now and say the stuff which I couldn't do before. But so much sexual tension, it was really so much passion and just feelings were there, that afterwards we went to the shower and we started to foreplay again. And I remember saying, you up for round two? He said, yeah. So in the shower, round two, first time that ever happened for me, where I wanted round two, and yeah, we had a round two in the shower. It was such a great, man, college dude, I don't remember your name, but your impact was life-changing for me. So thank you for that. Thank you. It really did. I want to say, without putting too much thought into it, he may have been the last time, or I don't think I ever bottomed after him. I don't think so. No, I don't. That's how much of a, it was like, I see the light now. I see what sex is supposed to be like. And once I knew what it's supposed to be like, then I was able to be confident and to say, okay, because I know I can lead this, I can go into this and be super sure about what I want and what I want to do to someone else. Oh man, just a great, another reason why I love this story is because it makes me so happy. That's much of an impact it's had on me. It just brings me joy thinking about that moment. So it was important for me to retell this. I hope you guys enjoyed this story. I really enjoyed it too. And college dude, if you're out there, if you remember me, then say hi, because again, you changed my life. And I just want to say thank you, because I don't think I got the chance to do that, but I really do appreciate it. A like would be great, a subscribe would be even better, but most importantly, comment and let me know if you had that moment that kind of changed your sexual confidence. I would love to know about it.